Panchikaranam, the 4 types.
Yeah. So what I mentioned there was the srishti, the process of manifestation of this creation, of this world, of this universe, was described in 4 stages. And those 4 stages are what? First is Sukshma Pancha Mahabhutaha is created. So Akashaha, Vayuhu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi. These 5 Panchabhutas, Sukshma, subtle, are created. And that's what we refer to as Sukshma Bhuta Srishtihi. Correct? That is the first, absolutely the first level. Brahmashraya Maya Asti, Trigunatmika Maya Asti. And then Tataha Akashaha, Akashad Vayuhu, Vayu Agnihi, Agnerapaha, Adbhyaf Prithvi. Like that we say. That is that Sukshma Bhuta Srishti. Then after that, you are going to get derivatives of this bhuta. These bhutas are going to combine. And then Jnanendriyani was created, remember? And then from that Sattvika aspect, right? Sattvika aspect. Now, in particular aspects are going to evolve. And
Like Tanmatra?
The Tanmatra is this. The Panchabhutas are Tanmatras. The Panchabhutas are called Tanmatras.
Okay. That's Varsha, Gandha.
And yeah, so no. So the Panchabhuta, Akashaha, Vayuhu, those 5 elements are called Tanmatras. Correct? Those elements are called Tanmatras. Tadeva Matram, Tad Matram is Akasha Matram. Now we use the word Matram in our language.
The Matram is like Guna, right?
Matram is by itself.
By itself.
By itself, Matram. In our language, we say Matram. Ni Matrava means you alone come. Don't come with others. Okay? Like that we say. So Matram. In Tamil at least we say that. I don't know. We say that in Telugu also Matram.
Yeah. Simple.
Even in Kannada also.
Kannada.
Exclusively that element is called Tanmatram. That is those, each of the Panchabhutas are called Tanmatras. Okay. Then all the Jnanendriyani, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, etc. we said, right? So all that is what? Derivatives of this Tanmatras are called Sukshma Bhautika Srishti. Correct? Sukshma Bhautika Srishti. Then what? And then Rajas also. Then this is all Sattva aspect. Rajas aspect of these Tanmatras, these Panchabhutas undergoes change and creates all this Vakpani, Pada, etc. So hands, legs, and speech, Vak, all these things are created, and Karmendriyani. And what did we say they are? They are also part of the Sukshma Bhautika Srishti. Both the Sattva aspect and Rajas aspect evolving into these other things are all called Sukshma Bhautika Srishti. Then comes the third step, which is the Tanmatras become, from subtle they become gross. They get grossified. So they get a form. And that is the Stula Bhuta Srishti. And this is, how does it happen? It happens from the Tamas aspect of the Tanmatras. We finished the Sattva and Rajas over. The Tamas aspect evolve into this Stula Bhutas. The gross complements of this Sukshma Bhutas. Are you with me, Bhagyashree?
Yes. I'm writing it down, so.
Okay, that's a lot to write down, I think. Yeah. So yeah,
because it is little confusing.
Yeah. So so it takes a while to grasp this, and I understand that. And so that third step is where this subtle becomes gross. Until then, everything is subtle, right? So mind is subtle. If somebody asks, well, is mind subtle or not? Well, according to the model, the mind is subtle, because sattvic aspect of the Sukshma Bhutas has, and then combined with the sattvic aspect of all the other Sukshma Bhutas have created the mind. Therefore, mind is subtle. Okay. Then you got Sthula Bhutas.
Right.
Sukshma Bhutas have become Sthula Bhutas. The tamas aspect of this Sukshma Bhutas have become what? Gross.
Yes.
Now the tamas aspect is evolving, right? And then that gross Bhutas evolve further into Sthula Bhautika Srishti, into the Srishti, which is called Sthula Bhautika Srishti. So those gross elements combine in a way that we described in the last class, and to become everything in this world.
That's
So you
correct.
may have to review again last class, and then
Yeah, I
just
will.
have to take, yeah, notes we have to take, and then when we read the notes we won't understand, because that happens. It happens to everybody. Yeah, what did I write? And now I thought I understood when I wrote this, but now I don't understand it. These problems can be there. So sometimes that happens. So a couple of reviews may be needed.
Why do they associate Tattvabhimani Devatas and Asuras? I mean, is there a specific reason for that?
Yeah. So that phenomenon, okay, that phenomenon. Uh, see, Ishvara, the entire world is a manifestation of Ishvara. Okay, and the world is multifaceted, too many qualities, many attributes, and everybody. If you look at people, they're all each has a special skill. Special, even the most illiterate person will have a skill, and you'll find that that person is good at doing something. Stitching, person is good at stitching. Doesn't know any English, any language, nothing, no literature, nothing, but he's good at stitching. So this is called Ishvara's Vibhuti. And so that whole law, that law, if you take sun, the sun is shining. The law, whatever it is that makes the sun, okay. And this, the more and more science is telling, helium, hydrogen, helium, etc. They say, and so many thousands of degrees Celsius is the temperature there, etc. So it's constantly shining. So whatever it is, that is the whole science of combustion and everything. That whole thing. The name of the science is what? Aditya Devata. Even before modern science came up with the names, what names did we come up with? The Devata. That science is Aditya science, the science of Aditya. Correct?
Right.
Science, it is all knowledge. You don't know. We don't know what it is, but that don't know is called Aditya. We attribute it to Aditya. You can know as much as you want about fire principle and combustion and whatnot. Everything is there. Fine, know whatever you want, but basically what that person is doing, what the scientist is doing, getting into the mind of Aditya. That whole knowledge is called Aditya Devata. Knowledge. It's just pure knowledge. And so that's the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. So we attribute Devatas. And why Devata? Because sacred. Sacred. Devata means immediately we prostrate. So that sanctity is there because the whole world is not separate from Ishvara. Now, every aspect you can give a name. Every aspect. Water, rain, okay, Varuna Devata. Devata. All the principle of even cooking, water in your pot in the kitchen, that also is Varuna Devata. Rivers, Varuna Devata. So Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati. The names of the rivers also Devatas. Ganga, Yamuna, Ityadi. And because the rivers are sacred, that sanctity is brought into the water that I am cooking, about to cook right now. Gange cha Yamune cha Devi Saraswati, Godavari Saraswati, Narmade Sindhu Kaveri, Jalesmin Sannidhim Kuru. You bless this water. This water is not different from Ganga Jal. I make this water into Ganga Jal and then I start cooking. That means my attitude towards life itself will be different. Correct? My attitude becomes different, completely different. I'm no longer reacting to anything, and I'm seeing life in a different light altogether. And Tejas Chasmi Vibhava. So if I say, then that makes sense to me. A child will see it immediately because we all grew up like this. And so these devatas are there. And then therefore connection to devata. Then they will say worship moon. And then the confusion that is there in your head will go away. They will say that. Can you imagine this? And chakshushas devata adityaha. Aditya. So chant Aditya Hridayam and your eyes will get better. What is the connection between chanting Aditya Hridayam and my eyesight? Well, the connection is there. Because that vision, the science of vision, the science of light, vision means light. Light is Surya, Aditya. So that science, therefore, that attitude with which I look upon it. And then when I chant Aditya Hridayam, I'm invoking all those factors that are responsible for my eyesight, that are responsible because eyesight is connected to vision, and vision science is Aditya Devata. Therefore, I am invoking, let everything line up. Let everything line up. So my eyesight may be improved. To me, it is very practical. Because too many factors are there. Doctor cannot fix my eyes, really speaking. Correct? Doctor can do certain things, but no guarantee eyesight will improve. Yeah. Therefore, yeah. Aditya Devata is needed. All things that are needed for my eyesight to improve, including a good doctor who does the laser surgery properly. Otherwise, he burns off some wrong nerve. Then what happens? What happens? Therefore, may that Aditya Devata put something in the doctor's head also. Let the fellow be alert when he's working on my eyes. Everything has to line up. My God, it's too many things. We take everything for granted.
Granted, right.
That is right. That is Devata. Devata means nothing is taken for granted. Nothing. Devata means nothing is taken for granted. We acknowledge so many factors are there. Today, if we are alive and able to talk and hear, so many factors are working.
Exactly.
All devatas are working in our favor.
I have one more question. In this one, you said that I'm there in everywhere. That's what Krishna is saying. When I'm reading in my Harikathamrita Sara, each part of the body, they say, it's like left eye is Chandra, right eye is Surya. And after saying all that, they say Narayana, Achyuta, Narayana, Keshava, all those things, he's protecting the whole body. They're saying all that. When you say, I'm there everywhere, again, why they're separating everything, each body part?
See, it is not possible to understand the whole. We can only understand parts and parts and parts. You tell the child vegetable, child won't understand. But if you, or fruit, child won't understand. But if you say apple, child will understand. If you say orange, child will understand. Correct? Yes. So you have to understand apple, orange, mango, everything, and then only understand, oh, they're all parts of a family called fruit. Correct?
Right.
Eyes, understand. Ears, understand. Where is your mouth? Mouth is here. That you understand. But there is such a thing called body, and there is an anatomy. Everything is working in symbiotically and in synchronous. Everything. Nobody understands that. Through parts only you have to go to the whole. Through parts only you can understand the whole. Tree I can understand. Forest I can't understand. It'll take me a while to understand the forest. Correct?
Yes.
That is how. That is why you need to break up the world into all these things. Because our knowledge is parts only. Whole comes later. And so when you understand the parts, you sanctify the parts. Keshava, Achyuta, Narayana, Madhava, Govinda, Vishnu, Madhusudana, Trivikrama, Vamana, Sridhara, Rishikesha, Padmanabha, Damodara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keshava.
And we also go to the doctor not for the whole body. Nobody goes to body doctor. No, eye doctor, no, orthopedist, this, everybody. You don't know. Is there a body doctor in this hospital? Nobody asks for a body doctor.
Dhanyawad Jacob.
Sure.
Mahodaya, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, Haraprasad ji, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In the last sloka, 10th one, I was a little bit slow in getting the meaning, the summary. Would you kindly repeat it for me?
Arjuna, understand me as the one who is the eternal seed in all beings. Okay, you got that. I am the intellect of those, okay, who have the capacity to discern. D-I-S-C-E-R-N, discern. Okay, and then I am the brilliance in the brilliant. Yeah, good. Yeah, Satish ji, go ahead.
Yeah, Guruji, this in the ninth one, you're saying that Punyo Gandha Prithivyancha, Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasa. There is a Tejas aspect here. This is the heat, you said.
Yes.
It is the brilliance. So that is the difference, is it? The both
Yes,
the
yes.
words are same.
Yeah, brilliance, correct. Brilliance means, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you're saying, your question is the Tejas there and here Tejas, what
Yes.
are the two? Yeah. So there Tejas, Vibhavas of Tejas. So the light and heat in the fire. So here Tejas, Tejasvinam. So Tejasvinam, Bhuteshu. So in the people who have that Tejas, who have that austerity, that discipline, etc. Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara. So that is tapas. Satyam Vada means tapas. I have to speak the truth even if I stand to lose. Tapas. Correct? Not cutting corners when it comes to these things. Tapas. Harishchandra, tapasvi. So by the way, Satish, when I looked at you, you asked me last time about this Kala. Kala is also Anadi.
Yes, that's what I said.
I hope all of you recall that question. So you said Kala is also Anadi because there is, big time is beginningless. Okay. In the sense, the stories all revolve round, it keeps on going. Father becomes son becomes, then son becomes daughter, then the daughter becomes the father of the father. Like that, it keeps going on like this. Okay. And so we have no issues with that. But see, we don't say Kala is Anadi. There's a shloka which talks about Shad Anadayaha, 6 things that are Anadi. Jiva Isho Vishuddha Chit. Jiva Isho Vishuddha Chit. Jivesha Yoho Bidha Tatha. Okay. Then Avidya Tachitor Yogaha Shadasmakam Anadayaha. I don't know where this shloka comes from, but this I remember this from the class.
Can you repeat it again, Jacomarji?
Jiva Isho, Jivaha, Ishaha, okay, Jiva Isho, Vishuddha Chit, and Chaitanyam, which is Vishuddha, Vishuddha Chit. Jivaha, Ishaha, Chit, Vishuddha Chit. Then what? Jiva Ishor, Jiveshayor Bidha, Tatha. Jiveshayor Bidha Tatha. So the separation between Jiva and Ishvara is also Anadi. Jiva and Ishvara being separate, even though they are not separate, the separation is also Anadi. Why? Because next line, Avidya, first word of the next line. Avidya is also Anadi. Avidya Tachitor yogaha. Avidya tachitor yogaha. Means avidya, and then its combination with chit, consciousness, is also anadi. Means consciousness is there, I am there very much, but avidya also is kind of stuck with me, as it were. And so that yogaha. Okay. Then what? Shadasmakam anadayaha. Shadasmakam anadayaha. These are the 5 things that are anadi.
6, right?
6. Sorry, 6.
Five.
Yeah. 6. Shat. Shat asmakam anadayaha. Therefore, we don't say Kala is anadi. In fact, Kala is not anadi. Every day Kala dies. And every day Kala appears also. Therefore, never we say Kala is anadi. But the time, time goes back, keeps on going. That's what you are referring to. There is no place when you can say, at this time, time started. Clock started at that time.
Now, the anadi, the reference which I gave was, or at least what I understand was, it's with respect to the kalpa, yuga, kalpa ends. It's somewhere it says that I have created, like Bhagavan created, as per the previous kalpa. So that is the one which reruns its show. So that's where anadi concept comes.
Yeah, so there can never be pralaya is there, srishti, pralaya, srishti, pralaya,
Yes.
constantly going on.
So what was the creation? The same thing I repeated. So that's what it says.
Yeah.
Like how the sun was there, it was recreated like a sun, another sun.
Right. So the thing is, so there is no, everything has a cause. Every effect has a cause. Therefore, you can keep going back and there is no point where you will stop.
Correct.
And so we will say, that's why we say Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti. We will say Sadashiva Samarambha. So give it to Ishvara. Ishvara is the causeless cause. And so this Shadasmakam Anadaya, I found that it occurred to me once you said that after that class. I thought I wanted to mention that.
It comes in the Advaita of Shankara.
Advaita of Shankara.
Drishti Srishti Vada, Eka Jiva Vada. And 6 entities are accepted as Anadi in Advaita.
Right. So which text it comes, we need to see. Or which commentary did Shankara write this? Or what? I may have written somewhere, but I don't remember now. Good. Any other questions?
Yeah, I asked you some time ago about Upadana Karanam. Remember? I think I think it is because, say, it is from the Maya, and Maya is a upadhi for Ishvara, so it is the upadana, and Maya is the cause for the material cause, for the materials, so it's the upadhi, so that is why it's called upadana karana. That's my analysis.
Okay. Yeah, it's impressive. Let me.
It may be impressive. Do you agree?
I have to see upadhi. So upadhi itself, upada. So there are some differences there. So you connected upadhi with upadana. So that I'm still doubtful about that. Okay. So let's you've given me something to work on. Okay. So in return, what you can do is you can spend a few minutes talking about the first 6 chapters. How about that? Is that a deal or not, Haraprasad?
Okay.
Good, good.
I'm glad you didn't tell me when. That's good.
Yeah, before we finish the 7th chapter. Okay, how about that? Okay, good. All right, anything else? Good, okay, we'll finish now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanathaye Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.